Across YouTube, there are thousands of videos portraying ghosts, conspiracies, and the paranormal. A crow and his friends will watch and dissect these videos in search of the truth. This is Corvids, Creepers, and Conspiracies.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Corvids Creepers and Conspiracies. I'm your spooky crow host, Corvus Twig, and today we are joined once again by the amazing Lilith Knox. Say hi, Lilith.
Hello.
Well, it's time for some birthday spooks and creepiness, and also maybe watching things and then saying this is the fakest shit I've ever seen and laughing at it. And
of course,
we never know, but it's what we do. But it's so wonderful to have you back. Check out episode 3 if you want to see Lilith again. We were also joined by Millie and Luna on that episode. That was a great episode. It's a great episode. I mean, all the episodes. You know what? I'm gonna make myself a little more full screen birdie because people like the birdie to look like.
Yeah, you gotta see the bird.
Yeah, you guys
it's important.
You guys see my little feet, my little tappy feet, because it's so good times. I want to see Lilith on the regular guest part of the wiki article. Yeah, if this ever has a wiki article, Lilith will be a regular guest.
I mean, it could have a wiki article. You can just make your own.
Yeah, but I think in order to actually be published, they have to say that you're actually a person of note, or the show has to be of note. Because just anything random Twitch person who gets fewer than 100 views on their videos is probably
I mean, nothing's stopping you from starting your own wiki.
That's true. We could have the Twiggy.
You could have a Twiggy.
Twigipedia.
I like Twigipedia. There you go.
Yeah, Twigipedia is great. We got the Twig extended universe with all sorts of birds and
yeah, you know, it work as a great way to help catalog all the various birds of the day for people who may have come into your streams much later too.
We've got a great bird of the day coming up later today. I mean, it's a bird that I can't believe. We're at almost 200 birds, and people will be like, "Wait, you haven't covered that bird yet?" Yeah, it's gonna be great. Do that a little bit later. But Lilith, you and I, we need to watch some ghost videos.
Indeed, I've gotten all comfy in my chair and ready for this shit.
Yes. So I'm just gonna bring this over to here. So let's bring down the. Yep, very very slowly bringing it down. Very slowly. I know that if I know if I hold shift it goes faster. There we go. Got to bring down the projector screen because we need the old school style projector. So this video is entitled 5 Scary Ghost Videos That Caught Pure Evil on Camera. For some reason, scary ghost, pure evil, and camera are all caps and the rest of the words aren't. But this one, we have to thank the channel Depths of Despair. I am going to post the link to the video in chat. So, because, I mean, if anything, I do have to give proper credit to where I'm getting these videos from. You know,
you gotta.
So even though we may say your videos suck and aren't convincing, we still gotta at least thank you and give you credit for putting them up there.
Indeed.
Yeah. Something tells me that this is just a thumbnail they made and that this is not actually going to be part of any of the videos that are going to be here. But also, I'm so appreciative of that red arrow because I have no idea where I would be looking without it.
Yeah, no, however would you notice the spooky scary demon?
It's just no way of knowing. It's without red arrows and circles, we just can't do these videos. So, Anyway, thanks Depths of Despair for uploading this video 2 years ago. And, let's give the first video a watch. By the way, I once again need to say that I have not watched this video ahead of time. So, yeah.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch this kind of content outside of this.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming here because you seem to have good insights. All right.
Oh, that's loud.
Top 5 scary ghost
I'll turn it
videos
down a
caught on camera. Despair alone.
Oh, you know, you gotta have the blood effect.
Well, yeah. All right, so it's from a TikTok. That's red flag immediately. Anything that comes from a content creator, you know, influencer, that's an immediate red flag.
Yeah. I have actually seen some TikTok stuff manage to actually catch some like legitimate spooky shit. But yeah, it can't come really from anybody who's like a big name or anything, because there's obviously the incentive of faking shit in order to get views, right?
Yep. That's it's one of our big initial red flags, but let's see what they have to say.
Had moved into a home by herself, which seemed fine at first, until after some time strange things began to happen around the home. Carolyn started to suffer from intense nightmares. She would also hear unknown voices coming from around the house, as well as seeing objects move around by themselves.
Kitty
But
or
since
puppy.
she lives alone and
think
has
it's a
no
cat.
family to contact, she has nobody to comfort her through her time of struggle, and she is currently unable to move houses again. So without knowing what else to do, she just records these paranormal events in hopes that she'll be able to get some help. This is what she captured.
The dog did it.
I mean, that's also like an old ass
Oh, yeah,
house.
the little puppy.
Oh yeah, no, it was a dog. So yeah, no, puppy absolutely could have done that, but also it's an old ass house. Like, stuff shifts.
With each
You're going to
time she
have
took
like
notice,
you're gonna have stuff like shift. You're gonna have doors that, you know, need to be rehung and thus are going to have issues with slamming behind you. Like, my fucking door does not stay open fully. If I'm not careful, it'll slam itself shut. That does not mean it's fucking haunted.
Yeah. Also, well, let's there's just a little bit here with these doors. Let's take a look at this again.
with each time.
So that actually, one of two things could be going on with that. Either A, there's something attached to the doors that, you know, either she or somebody else who's off camera is messing with them with, like fishing line.
Okay,
Or
so that door
somebody else opened and then closed a door leading to the outside, causing a pressure differential. Because that's also a thing that can happen, and especially if you have doors that are more like willing to move. That'll absolutely cause them to do that, especially if there's a big temperature difference between inside the house and outside. Whether it's, you know, hot outside and you've got the AC on inside, or the heat on inside and it's super cold out there.
But of course,
pressure differentials are a bitch, and they will make doors slam real loud.
Yep. But of course, we also have the telltale thing of that we cannot see the bottom of either doors. And somebody could easily just be lying between the bed and that cabinet and could easily mess with both of those doors at the same time. One with a foot, one with a...
Like, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because that door opening... I don't know. That I like the pressure idea, but I don't know. The way that those two doors opened differently at different times, I'm thinking somebody on the ground...
Pressure differentials will also cause them to open at different times.
Yeah,
it won't always happen at the same time as air moves
Each
through.
time that she took notice and recorded the events, they seemed to get worse and worse. Until one night when she was watching TV and heard something that prompted her to get up and take a look.
Okay, that subscribe thing, that's not for Deaths of Despair, that's for me. Like and subscribe.
What she captured
Yep, like and
was
subscribe to Twig.
absolutely horrifying.
Wow, old-fashioned keyhole that you can actually see through.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Somebody was fucking with the handle.
Carolyn stated.
Yeah, so they went through as soon as it opened, the door opened out and to the left, and then they panned forward and then to the right, never panned to the left behind the door.
Yeah, no. Somebody was fucking with the door.
She tried her best to live with it and get used
and
to it.
also, like,
did she open the door
fact
forward?
that...
Did it go inward or outward when she opens the door? I want to double check.
Well, we're about to see again.
Turn the lights off in her own home, and she stopped uploading shortly afterwards. So it's unclear what happened to her. But what do you make of this? As always,
open inwards.
Inwards, but somebody still could have been hiding in that corner there.
Easily. Also, the fact that, despite the fact that you can clearly see through the keyhole there, like, my ass would have immediately put the camera lens straight up to that keyhole to be looking out through there. She basically just panned the camera down enough to see that you could see through it, and be like, oh, there's no one there, despite the fact that whoever it was probably standing off to the side.
Yeah, they're probably just reaching out, wiggling, and then just, as soon as, like, they knew when she was going to open the door, and just quickly ducked back into a corner as to not get caught on camera. Because they opened inward and then looked forward and to the right, but never back into the left. And that is suspicious as hell.
When suddenly one day he started to experience...
Oh, this is a new one.
Oh.
Okay, so that last one, I mean... It wasn't... We're not 100% sure how they faked it, but we have very good theories. I'm going to give that one a 2 out of 10.
I'd give that a 1 out of 10. That's not even... that's not even good.
Okay.
Sorry, you remember from last time, I rate these pretty harshly.
I know. Look, I agree. It's 2 out of 10 is for me, a 1 out of 10 means I know 100% how they did absolutely every single thing. And since we're not sure if it was a person moving it or the air pressure differential or what, it's just, I mean, I don't want to give it the lowest possible score, but it's still a low score. It's still not convincing in the slightest, but yeah.
Yeah, see, you have to either be somewhat convincing or somewhat entertaining to get anything above a 1 for me. And this was neither.
Yeah, that's just stuff moving. All right, let's back up a little bit to...
Yeah, that guy's face is scarier than anything that was in that previous section.
Now, something similar happened to a man named Wesley, when suddenly one day he started to experience chilling events and strange sounds coming from inside his house, as if something was trying to get into his room. Watch closely.
Yes.
So it's literally 3 in the afternoon, and it's been happening more during the day, and it's just not even scary. It's really...
That doesn't even look like that was, like, anything banging on his door. His door was fucking stationary. Anything banging on it that hard would be shaking
Wesley
it.
has gotten so used to this frequent knocking that he no longer finds it to be terrifying. Instead, he just thinks it's incredibly annoying as it happens so often.
Okay, so I'm literally home alone. Listen to how loud and aggressive it is.
Yeah, and again, the door is completely stationary.
Yeah,
there's no vibration. Like, you would be able to see the vibration in the light that's reflecting off of the door and the door handle at the minimum.
At the door to his room, along with the closet right beside it. On another day, he tries to knock back.
Spooky image.
This is what happens.
That's a cute painting.
Okay, so I'm trying to get ready for bed. And there's another one. It's so...
Yeah, and again, the door was not shaking.
Yeah.
You dick.
In the end, he decides he's had enough and arranges...
Okay, the most realistic thing is calling the ghost a dick.
Yeah.
Doesn't follow him to his new house.
Listen, I have dealt with like ghosts and haunting shit. That is the most realistic thing, is just being fed up with it and calling it a fucking day.
Yeah,
I have absolutely done that.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with you on this one and say that those knocking sounds were 100% added in post.
Yeah,
the door was not moving. It's just something to make a noise that loud. That door would absolutely be vibrating. We would see absolutely something, and there was absolutely nothing. Those sounds were added in post. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, not to mention, like, when you hear him knock on the door, like, actually knock on it himself, it doesn't sound like that door would actually create that quality of knocking.
Well, that's the thing, is the sound effect doesn't even match what the sound from that kind of door would make.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's that door, like, yeah, he does the knock that we actually see, and then the knock that comes back sounds completely different. It's like, come on.
Like they're like, obviously, yeah, you know, he's not knocking on the door nearly as hard as what's implied there, but depending on what material the door is made of and whether it's solid or not, it's going to have different qualities to the knock. That sounded like somebody banging on a solid door. When he knocked on it, that did not sound like a solid door.
Yeah, just clearly added in post. I mean, that was heavy banging, which would cause significant movement and vibration on the door, and there was absolutely none. It's pathetic. Pathetic.
Yeah.
1 out of 10. Also, he was a TikToker, so it's just like, again, yeah. I think it's also funny that the name of the video is "Scary Ghost Videos That Caught Pure Evil on Camera." I'm not. Where's the pure evil? It's just,
Where is the shit caught on camera?
I'm also expecting, like, okay, so knocking on a door and opening and closing doors in somebody's house, that's pure evil. I can't think of anything worse. Yeah. Annoying you at 3 p.m. is very evil. Yeah. I mean, obviously, channels like this use the most clickbaity names and stuff that they possibly can. It's
yeah.
Which is, you know, do I need to start doing that for Corvids Creepers and Conspiracies?
No.
5 ghost videos, so predictable it will scare you.
Annoying you when you sleepy in bed. Yeah, that is pure evil.
Okay,
absolutely.
It's saying number 4 is the knocking. I thought we just had the knocking. Are we gonna get more knocking?
I guess.
So much knocking.
The knocking.
I mean, listen, I get scared when people knock on my door. However, that's just because I have social anxiety.
Are we going to Singapore, or are we staying in Malaysia on this one? Who knows?
There have been many cases of door knocking being reported that had been ongoing for many months. People would say that someone was knocking on their door. However, when they checked, there was nobody ever there.
And a mysterious package was left on their... Oh, wait. No, that was just the Amazon.
These reports came from multiple states, and word eventually got out that these events were somehow linked to supernatural origins, leaving people utterly terrified.
At least I can
kind of see something's actually shaking that. Yeah, that's actually being shook.
Yeah.
Though I'm not sure it's necessarily the glass that's vibrating and not the whatever the metal like ladder looking thing is outside. Because I think it's the metal ladder thing, which is then shaking what's behind it.
Yeah.
Incidents would just occur in one area, but they were happening in multiple states simultaneously. And to make things even
this would be incredibly easy to stage.
People over in the Philippines begun to report having the same horrifying experiences.
Not in the Philippines, too.
Oh, no!
Poor citizens of Oceania.
I mean, this also seems like something teenagers would do just to fuck with people. I remember the days of Ding Dong Ditch.
Kitty! Oh no, that's a hand.
Yeah, those are definitely hands. That is definitely, like, a teenager trying to fuck with somebody, or that's an effect somebody added.
At 12 a.m. that they shouldn't open it, or they may.
Yeah, I mean, some of these might be, like, you know, there's always a thing, it's just like, okay, is this a ghost, or is this just a person? Like, some of these could actually be legitimately terrifying for the person in there, because it could just be a random person knocking on your door late at night and fucking with you or trying to scare you or trying to break in, or maybe they're on drugs. It's like, there's a million explanations of it just being a person rather than being anything paranormal. You know?
Yeah, no, like, my money is on, that's probably kids fucking with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because kids do some fucked up shit, and you get enough teenagers together and, like, know that people are getting freaked out by knocks on their houses. Like, yeah, they're gonna go do a shit like that. Like, that's...
And,
like,
I mean, whether they're in Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, the United States, Canada, Brazil, doesn't matter where you're from, teenagers fuck with people. That's just teenage behavior. We're all alike in so many ways. So it's like... I don't know. It feels like trying to set up like that was taking place in Malaysia and the Philippines was supposed to add like some sort of like exotic vibe to it, but no, it's just people being people. Just people being people.
Yeah. Like, do you remember the reports of like clowns that were popping up everywhere back in like, oh god, what was it, 2016-ish, I think?
Yeah.
Like, and it turned out to be just like one person did a creepy thing and then everybody was copying them.
Yeah.
Like, it is literally the same fucking shit.
Yeah, just this is. I mean, on a few, like, you know, I think there's a lot of different sources from here, so I feel like we have a mixed bag. Like we have some people filming it and just trying to create a ghost spooky video. We have some people that are actually being scared by somebody outside their house. It's like it's a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
Many people started to believe a dangerous cult was responsible, and even claimed that the members of the cult...
Of course it's a cult, I guess.
...abilities to shapeshift into animals, to retreat, or into a loved one to trick you into giving them entry into your home.
What?
On one night, residents supposedly caught sight of one of these cult members on the roof of a building.
That's some fucked up digital, like, audio.
I'm not... Wait. The fuck?
Oh, yeah, there's a person up there. Oh no, a mentally ill person, probably, was on a roof. Whatever will we do?
But after an interview with local TV, it turns out that this was actually just another resident that was so terrified of the knocking on his door that he climbed on the roof to try and get a better vantage point.
Okay, so I think we have an amateur sketch of what the thing on the roof might have been. We have the...
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's yeah, that was just a person.
Residents formed
I think there's also like a problem with the fact that because this is in a language none of us fucking speak, we also don't know if any of these videos are actually related.
To top things off,
These could be completely unrelated videos that are just being stitched together because none of us speak the fucking language.
Yeah,
and like,
it's just
like English people, which this is obviously directed at, are not going to know what the fuck's going on. We're just going to believe whatever fucking narrative is being spun here.
Yeah, what if these people are saying, hey, Carlos is on the roof again. Get off there, Carlos. It's not funny anymore. Why are you doing that? People are trying to sleep.
Yeah.
They captured this.
Yeah, manufactured narratives are a big problem.
Yes, I do so love clearly cut footage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, clearly, obviously cut footage.
Well, and also they make it seem like, oh, it's not cut because the camera's shaking. Well, no, that's because that was somebody filming a screen.
So somebody else's phone. That was a phone that they were filming.
Yeah, but I have to say, there's something that people have done that they just did that is probably the most annoying thing I ever see people do, and that is when they are filming a horizontal screen with their phone held vertically.
Yeah.
It's just... I can't turn my monitor 90 degrees. I can't turn my television 90 degrees. You know what's super fucking easy to turn 90 degrees?
Your
fucking phone. Vertical video is the...
There is a difference between portrait and landscape mode. They are good for different things.
Honestly,
please learn the difference.
If I want to go back, like, in the last days of Steve Jobs being alive, I'm like, hey, you know, it'd be an awesome feature that everyone would love on the iPhone is that if it filmed horizontally, no matter what orientation you were holding your phone in.
No, because vertical video, like portrait mode video, is actually useful for quite a number of things. Like, there are genuine uses for both portrait and landscape style videos.
But of course, for my opinion, is at 99.99% you want to have landscape over portrait.
I would disagree, but that's not the point of this video.
Well, this show's done. We are ending this episode right now. Lilith, go fuck yourself. No,
damn.
I hate vertical video because it's just, I don't know. I don't think there's
that's fair. Like
I said, because the monitors that we view them on are horizontal,
that's changing. That's been changing for quite some time, especially given that a lot of these videos are made for platforms that are mobile first, TikTok in particular, but also a lot of other platforms are creating mobile first sections for their video, so you can have a place for both landscape and portrait style video. However, that is kind of besides the point.
Well, I just think maybe we should be filming our video on a thing that is good for all screens, and that mobile first is destroying video as a format. But I'm 40 years old now, so I can be an old cranky crow and not like change.
I mean, again, you are allowed to have your personal preferences for it. However, I am still going to disagree because there are things that vertical video is phenomenal for. However, filming a horizontal screen in vertical is a travesty, and that is, I think everybody would agree on that.
It's a travesty equivalent to putting the word of after the word would, should, or could.
No, that's just people not educated properly. That's different. There's a difference there.
All right. Well, after this tangent, let's continue along with...
yes, I love the clearly added audio.
Yeah.
Knocking on someone's door, which basically just means people/human. This seems like a strange practice, and reasons for it will vary depending on who you ask. But many people say it's to prevent malicious spirits and creatures from invading your home. Bear in mind that this was serious enough to get to the point where the National Police of the Philippines got involved to investigate, as well as many news companies. However, nobody in the Philippines or Malaysia could solve the mystery, and it is rumored that this is still occurring this day.
This doesn't seem true.
Yeah. And again, it would be really hard to fucking verify that, because we don't speak the language.
But also, you know, people can just go up to a stranger's house and knock on the door. It's a thing.
We may never know.
This is nothing paranormal here. It's just
if you have any video
people.
recommendations, you can send them over at Depths of Despair 0.
If you have any video recommendations, you can send them to me on Discord.
Hidden Shadow.
Night in the Woods! I love that game!
That's a great game.
It's so good! Greg
Mark
rules.
Bennick is a YouTuber who likes to explore abandoned places over in Germany and the Netherlands.
Okay, so this is one of the things. So, like, okay.
I do love urban exploration.
Urban exploration stuff does have some actual. Oh, that last one. I don't know. How do we rank that last one? That's just people. I don't know. 2, because we don't know exactly what's going on in every single one. But it's.
Yeah, I'm still ranking that a 1. That's clearly just fucking kids being kids.
Well,
kids are actively taking advantage of people being spooked and like.
They had so many examples. It's like, yeah, teenagers being teenagers is definitely a significant portion of them. Somebody who might just need help and is knocking at night. It could be a friend. I mean, there's just like, there's so many different videos that they showed there that the explanation for all of them is not going to be the same. But you know, it's a mix. Yeah,
indeed. And again,
in every case, it's nothing paranormal. It's just people.
Yeah, and of course, you know. Can't discount the possibility of it literally just being a manufactured narrative. Because again, we do not speak Tagalog or anything, so we have no fucking way of verifying that.
Yeah, the narrative is absolutely manufactured. Be interesting if we had somebody from one of those countries to be like, hey, is this a thing? But we don't. So.
No.
But hey, if you are from one of those cultures and you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below.
Yeah, I'd actually be legitimately interested.
Yeah.
Mark isn't a ghost hunter, and he just likes to explore hard-to-reach places that have long since been abandoned. But unlike his normal explorations,
I love,
this particular one takes
Dead
a
Mall,
turn for
Urban
the
Explorers and stuff.
when he captures something terrifying that he
Oh,
doesn't
God!
even notice.
All right, prediction. There's just going to be a person in the background because, hey,
yeah, probably.
People squat in these kinds of places.
In fact, that's a massive danger of urban exploration.
Zijn nog veel meer gebouwen waar ook van alles in zou staan. Dus daar gaan we ook kijken. Maar hier zie je ook een schilderij. Mooi, kijk dan. Helemaal geborduurd.
This place seems to be in remarkably good condition for an urban exploration video.
It might be something that's either recently abandoned or well off the beaten path.
Waar ook van alles in zou staan. Dus daar gaan we ook kijken. Waar ook van alles in zou staan. Dus daar gaan we ook.
As he turns the corner, behind one of the doors, a dark black figure of a woman can be seen just
It looks like a coat.
behind the door. Mark only noticed this after viewers pointed it out to him.
I didn't even notice
like a
it.
coat.
What it could be. So do you think this is a real ghost caught on camera? Or just a simple ruse? You.
Motherfucker, no! It's a fucking coat!
Yeah, that's just a coat hanging up somewhere, and you know the hood or something. Yeah, that's just
Judge.
Yeah, that's a coat! Like, listen, I too sometimes catch sight of my coat that I've hung up somewhere and think it's a person, and it gives me a minor heart attack. Like, this is a known thing that happens.
Yeah, that's just a coat. That's just a coat hanging there. I mean, and the fact that there was absolutely zero definition within it is just like, yeah,
it's a black coat in a shadow. Like, damn, so scary.
A solid black, vaguely humanoid shape that isn't moving in any way is not Yeah, that's straight up 1 out of 10. That's just a coat. Yeah, that's just a coat.
Just a coat.
But hey, look at this is pure evil caught on camera, Lilith. That coat is pure fucking evil.
No, clearly this dog is pure evil.
Dog sense.
Go puppy. It's a go puppy.
The next video comes from
All
the
puppies are
TikTok
good puppies,
user
even if they are
Sparky
evil
Easy.
sometimes.
One day, while away from home, Sparky's dog started to behave weirdly, and at first he didn't think much of it, until he noticed that it was persisting with each passing day. So he decided to set up a security camera, and one day
a large
while he was
living room.
out, he managed to capture this.
Indeed.
I mean, honestly, you move that coffee table to the side, that's a great VR space.
Oh, yeah. Dog got zoomies.
The dog starts barking as if it knows something unseen.
Wait,
is
what
in
was
the
that red arrow
vicinity.
on the right? I saw
I
nothing.
know, I'm
The
waiting for
dog
it to
actually
come back
looks
around.
towards the frame that dropped and gets spooked before it falls, as if it could see something there. Maybe this dog
Oh,
ruined
the picture frame that
the
dropped.
ghost.
Okay,
Let me know
but-
your thoughts on this one down below.
But again, hold on. Animals will just fucking do that. This is a well-known thing. If you've ever owned a dog or a cat, they will just start barking or meowing at random shit, partly because they can actually hear things that we cannot. They can,
Yep.
they're more sensitive to frequencies that our ears literally cannot pick up. So they may respond to things like that. That also is part of the reason why they will actually just stare at a corner of the room. Is they will notice something that we just don't have the capability of picking up, but it's not supernatural. It's literally just because their senses are better than ours. On top of the fact of the dog fucking launched itself off the couch because it has zoomies. Of course something is going to fall off the wall. It probably shook the entire fucking floor.
Yeah, that thing was just not very well hung, and the dog's actions jumping off the couch definitely caused enough vibrations to just have it fall loose. That's
Yeah. That's a dog with zoomies. It's not spooky.
The dog, but also the dog's looking out a window. There could be a fucking squirrel out there, or a cat, or
a car passed by. Somebody out walking their dog.
Or maybe they saw their owner, and their owner just came home, and they're like, oh my god, my favorite person's home. I got a quick run towards the door where I know they're about to come in.
Yep.
Oh, that's it? There's nothing more. That is 1 out of 10. That is just a dog being a dog.
Yeah, it's a dog with zoomies.
Yeah, dog with zoomies. That's an excited dog. Dog saw somebody outside and got excited, and like I said, a postal worker could have been. They see a postal worker walking by in the window, and they're barking at it like, hey, there's a human, and then they see that person is, and then they hear that person opening up the mailbox right by the front door. They're like, oh shit, they're at the front door. I better quickly zoomies over to the front door. And it's just like, there's a million things that it's like we can't see outside. Yeah. My thing is, if you're gonna have a video of somebody a door knocking, or it's I want to see simultaneous video of both sides of that door to be spooked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
It's we don't know what that dog was looking at outside. There's a million things that dog could have been freaking out about. Dogs are just weird sometimes.
Yeah. And like I said, even then, it could literally be nothing to us because they could see or hear something that we literally don't have the capability of.
And the fact that the picture fell as soon as they did that quick leap off of the couch, which probably banged into the wall, that just explains the picture falling. Yeah,
like I said, it probably shook the fucking floor. That dog launched itself.
Yeah, that wasn't a small dog. I mean, that's probably a good, 40-pound dog? 50-pound dog, And they can, anybody knows dogs, a 40 to 50-pound dog can hit and move with some great force.
Hell, even small dogs can. Have you ever been, like, run into full fucking force by a small dog? Those fuckers will leave bruises.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's our last and final one. Maybe we'll finally see some pure evil on camera and not just the lamest shit.
Being watched. The next sequence of videos comes from an unknown source, but in the footage a man has been seeing strange dark figures in different places at night time. His dog
Speaking of
seems
tiny
to be able
dogs.
to sense them
Indeed.
and starts barking, which alerts him that something is nearby. After experiencing this for a while, he decides to start
Why'd you say that
recording
twice?
one night after hearing his dog barking, and he captures something chilling.
Holy shit, there's somebody out there.
Staged. Absolutely staged.
Yeah, but still kind of
Why
spooky.
If so, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But also, like, you want to know how I know that's fucking staged? Because that is not a normal reaction to seeing somebody just standing outside of your house like that.
Yeah, if I saw somebody standing outside my house like that, like if I looked out the window and they were just standing 6 feet from my door in that position, staring at my front door, the last thing I would do would be open up my front door.
Right? Like, you're locking the door and you're grabbing a fucking weapon. Or even if you're not going to grab a weapon, like, most people would call the fucking cops.
Outside his door, but merely a second later,
I mean, I could open up a side window and be like, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? And still be pretty safe.
Yeah, but you're not opening your fucking door.
Security guard who works night shifts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's clearly a staged video because, yeah, the reaction that the person did is not realistic.
Not normal. That is
I mean,
not
I don't
something
know.
that is not a reaction that the average person would have to that. And like, sure,
I mean,
you
there
know,
are some people that do have very much a fight reflex, and it's like, someone's standing out here, I'm gonna go kick his ass. But
yeah, but they're still probably going to grab something to beat their ass with, or
Yeah,
yell at
they're
them,
not
or
going to
literally come out fucking swinging. This guy did not do any of those things. He did not show anything of like any sort of fight reflex. Like, I've done like haunted trails my entire life, like the ones that pop up around October. Like, when you do those, you learn what a fight reflex actually looks like. That was not a fight reflex.
yeah, that's the reaction. The reaction gives it away. 100% agree with you. 100% agree. But I do want to award it a couple extra points simply because the image of looking out the window and seeing the person standing there like that, I do have to give them credit for having like a creepy appearance through the window. I mean, that
Yeah, that was disconcerting. I'll give it that.
I'll give them some points for that. I mean, obviously staged, but I mean, I do want to award them a few points. I might give them a 2 or maybe even a 3 for that one, but yeah. But
At a shopping center, he says that in one of the stores within the shopping center, very strange noises can be heard. And for this reason, he decides to get his phone out and dared to explore the store in the darkness of the night in order to record and see what he captures.
What's going on, guys? Making a video. It's been a couple days since I made the last one on this.
I do gotta say, I do kind of appreciate the liminal space feeling of empty stores with the lights off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's just something creepy about the atmosphere, you know?
Indeed.
That was... Yo! Hello?
Yeah, that was you. That was from you
Yeah, that
opening it
was
and walking
you.
through. Those doors swing a lot.
Jesus Christ, it was behind me.
After a sudden
That was also mildly disconcerting.
In the form of a little boy standing behind him, but the
That's a
video
mannequin,
cuts
though.
off abruptly. The shopping center workers believe this to be a spirit of a little boy who died
That's a
in the
fucking
shopping centre
mannequin!
some time ago. But I guess we'll never know. It does seem similar to the figure that was captured in the previous video.
No, it
But real or
isn't.
No,
in the end,
that's
the
a
final
mannequin.
judgment is yours to
Like, the
make.
previous one
That's all.
was clearly, like, a dude standing outside. That is a fucking mannequin. And really obviously one.
Wouldn't it be a boyakin?
No, they're still called mannequins.
I know.
But yeah, that's like, look at that! That's not a fucking person! That's a mannequin!
I mean, it did actually, it was kind of spooky when it panned around and it's there, though. I mean, this, obviously
No,
he set
I'll give
up...
it that. That's like cheap indie game, sort of spook.
I mean, I mean, obviously we're thinking this video was staged, and that he put it there. But as far as staged videos go, I think he did a pretty good job of, like, setting up the atmosphere and then having the pan over to seeing the creepy mannequin standing there. Like,
Yeah.
that's creepy. That's creepy.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that was definitely creepy.
I don't think it's a ghost child, but I mean, I still think it was a good spooky video, and I'm gonna give him like a 3 just for effort and setting it up nicely.
Yeah, like this one and the previous video with the dude outside. Give them, like, together, I'll give them a good 3 out of 10. There was some effort put into that.
Hey, yeah, we want to, you're gonna make a hoax, good, but we want to reward good effort in your hoaxes. And yeah, that one, that pad there actually got me a little bit. It was a good little jump scare.
Yeah, I heard you squawk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is literally a mannequin. And if I had to guess, they, like, when he whipped his camera around, there's probably a cut in there that's masked by the fact that the image is so low quality that
In the darkness of the night.
Well, I kind of want to. Okay, let's see where we're at. So,
hello.
Okay, so he walks through here.
hello.
Okay, so he's actually walking by where the mannequin is. So the mannequin wasn't there ahead of time.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, it was behind me.
I mean, he walked right over where that mannequin was. So there is either a very well hidden cut, or there's somebody else there with him who very quickly set that up.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the two. My personal thought is it's probably there's a cut in there. Especially if this is like a security guard basically fucking around on the job.
Okay, so it was pretty consistent shot. So obviously the best place to do a cut is during a sweep.
Yeah.
So I'm going through frame by frame here towards the sweep, and we'll see if
You're welcome for that tip.
yeah, that so you.
There.
Wait, yeah, look at it. There's our cut. There's our cut right there.
It happens
boom, boom, so fast.
It happens so quick that it's masked by the fact that it's a really fast movement.
Yeah, that is not one frame to the next, even if a fast movement. Because look, even this frame at the same speed, we're still seeing the same objects moving.
It's a really well hidden cut, though. I'll give.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give that one specifically a 4 because they tried. They tried. They hid the cut in a good place.
Yeah, but yep, cuts almost always happen during fast camera movements. That's when it's easiest to hide them. But the cut is very obviously right there. So
yeah.
So there we go, solved. But they did a good job. They made a good hoax video. It startled.
I give it to him for the vibes.
I got a good startle. Like I said, I like the atmosphere of the liminal space of an empty store with the lights off. It's I'll give him a 4 just because I was entertained by the video. It gave me a spook. I'm obviously not convinced, but
yeah, like this would be way creepier without the narrator like over top of it.
I know, right? That's why it's just like, Nuke's Top 5 is the most famous of the ghost channels on YouTube. And 90% of what makes the video scary or like even remotely paranormal is the narration and explanation he gives, which of course can be completely made up. It's like he'll have this big detailed background story about a video that has absolutely nothing going on in it. And it's just like, okay, if you just watched the video on its own completely raw, you'd be like, what am I looking at here? What's going on? There's nothing here.
Yeah. No. Like, overall, the whole video with this narrator, 0 out of 10. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm
two,
afraid that
final videos, actually, I'll give them a 4 out of 10. They actually tried.
They were at least smart enough to finish with the best videos of the film. So, but 5 scary ghost videos that caught pure evil on camera. I'm sorry, I don't think that's what we saw.
No. No, not even. Not even a little bit.
So yeah, we're going to wrap up this episode of Corvids Creepers and Conspiracies. But hey, Lilith, thanks for coming on. Always a treat. And
yeah, absolutely. And happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm Old Crow whiskey, but that's terrible whiskey. Why does Old Crow have to be bad whiskey? Why can't they have Old Crow whiskey and it sucks? It's terrible whiskey. Why can't it be good whiskey?
Well, maybe you should make your own whiskey brand. So that way there can be a good Crow whiskey in the world.
Then I'd have to... Here's the thing. If I started making whiskey now for it to be any good, we wouldn't be sampling it for another 12 years.
And?
I know. I have a 10-year whiskey that I start making now and that we...
Listen, as they say, the best time to plant a tree would have been 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now.
You're right. Yeah. Like lilac bushes, one of those things. It's just like, just plant them now. And then someday you'll thank yourself.
Indeed.
All right. Well, we're going to call this episode of Corvids Creepers and Conspiracies done. And, well, if you're watching live the birthday stream, we're going to get back to more some birthday activities. So...
Woo.
All right. Thanks to my guest Lilith, and follow them, and we'll see you on the next episodes of Corvids, Creepers, and Conspiracies. Da, 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 da. We're just waiting for it to finish. They can still hear us. It's fine. Like and subscribe! Ah!
Woo!